think so. Yeah. Hi. All right. Hello, assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to Unfiltered Thoughts with your boy Kratos, aka Uloomi Karim. It's been a long time. It's almost 2 weeks since I made a video and uploaded it. It has been a busy. Actually, 2 weeks. We had lots of fights lined up from Team Fairtex helping my boys train. We have a lot of fights lined up too. We have had a lot of things to do actually, and you will see a lot of good stuff coming your way. And the good news was that my boy Do Lee from South Korea, he's the latest addition to Team Fairtex. He's the former 2 division UAE Warriors champion, I think featherweight and lightweight, and he's the guy who's fought in the PFL. He's the guy who's made waves. He has amazing, crazy fights, and he had another crazy fight recently at One Lumpini. What a sight it was to watch him fight. Unfortunately, I could not be in his corner, but I was in the stands and I was cornering from the stands, and Mitch Chilson was looking at me like, who the hell is this guy? Beautiful fight by Nong Am, and even more beautiful fight by Do Lee. Both of them won by knockouts. I'm really happy, really relieved. Now I can focus on making videos for you guys. Speaking of all these fights, this next event that I'm going to cover is one of the biggest and best events. I'll tell you why I call it best in the history of Pakistani mixed martial arts, because this promotion is why we have a massive talent pool of amateur fighters now in Pakistan, and a lot of fighters want to compete in amateur competitions. You are 100% right. This event is called the National Fighting Tournament, aka the NFT, hosted by SA Gardens by one and only Mr. Babar Raja. I think there's two Babar Rajas that are running the show, but then again, whoever is running the show, kudos to you guys, congratulations, good job, amazing job. He has an amazing team, amazing production, everything is great, from the live streams to the matchmaking. Shout out to Muzammil Bhai from Spark Management for the matchmaking. These guys are actually taking Pakistani mixed martial arts scene to the next level. We had a lot of focus on the pro side of Pakistani mixed martial arts, but no one was doing anything about the amateur. I would like to take this moment to give another shout out to Brave Jim and Omar Ahmed for pushing the amateur athletes and taking them to IMMAF, the world's biggest amateur platform. I mean, because of these people, now we have so many athletes who want and who aspire to do bigger things, who want to do much bigger things as an amateur fighter, and these things will lead for them to do great in their pro careers as well. So let us talk about National Fighting Tournament. So I know there is a huge divide between SA Gardens, their federation, and the rest of the Pakistan's federation for whatever reasons, but the good thing is that none of these federations have a problem with the athletes that are competing in both the federations. This is such a great thing to see. This is a very non-typical Pakistani thing to do, and this is exactly what we need for combat sport in Pakistan, for any other sport in Pakistan. All the federations need to leave their differences aside and focus on the athletes, focus on giving the best to the athletes and producing the best athletes out of the country, taking them on bigger platforms and scoring medals there and putting Pakistan on the map in combat sport, be it jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts, whatever it is, kickboxing, boxing. This is how things need to be. We may have 3, 4, 5 federations, but that doesn't matter. What matters the most is that Pakistani athletes need to be pushed forward to the international platforms, and all the athletes need to compete on all these platforms. What is this going to do? First thing, when you compete on all these platforms, you will actually see that how many people are actually competing in these events. You will have an idea of the talent pool of the weight divisions that you have. Now, second fruitful thing that comes from here is that all these fighters having all these matches, all these fights, they will have more and more ring time, ring experience, cage experience, whatever you want to call it. But this is the best things that can happen to the athletes. Multiple platforms giving chance to all the athletes all across the country, and when they come and perform on that platform, they get the exposure, going to different cities and getting the exposure, competing with all kinds of athletes from all over the country. And then the biggest and the most important thing, this is bringing all the athletes together, keeping the martial arts community strong. So ladies and gentlemen, let me commend the work that Babu Raja has put in to bring NFT to life, and not only NFT but SA Gardens to life as well. I mean the SA Gardens team. I've heard some really good things about the SA Garden mixed martial arts team, that they take really good care of them. They're on a payroll and they give them accommodation, nutrition, every single thing is taken care of by the SA Gardens. authorities. Being on a payroll and not worrying about your next meal is exactly what a fighter needs in order to grow professionally or even for his amateur career. Great job to Babar Raja for setting everything up for the athletes. Alright, so National Fighting Tournament 1 basically started I think in 2021 or early 2022 when a lot of the athletes from all over Pakistan competed. We had multiple champions in multiple weight classes, and that was the first time ever, I think, that any amateur athlete was getting paid 6 figures in Pakistan. I think you don't get paid in amateur anywhere else in the world at this stage. So this is a huge thing for Pakistani athletes because now you can fight amateur and make money. After the success of NFT 1, fast forward to NFT 2, which took place recently, I think 6 to 7 months ago, and it was, in my opinion, one of the best events that Pakistani amateur scenes have pulled off. Obviously, as we keep on moving further and further, the events keep on getting better and better. But these guys, when they host the next event, it's even better than the previous one. Yes, there are a couple of things that need to be addressed, which is starting on time and taking care of time. I don't know what the logistics are behind that. I don't know why all of that happens, that they tell the athletes that they'll start at, let's say, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. and they start at 9 p.m. They need to take care and look after the athletes in this regard. That is one of the biggest loophole in NFTs management, that they cannot manage time. And if they can manage time, they can set an example for every promotion in Pakistan that this is how it is done. I'm sure you guys must have figured it out by now that I'm going to link these two NFTs to IMMAF. So we had been sending some athletes that we thought were really good to IMMAF, and a lot of the teams from Pakistan had a problem with all those athletes. Of course, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but then again, everyone was thinking that, look, our guy can do better, our guy can, go at IMMAF and compete. So the best thing that happened to Pakistani mixed martial arts amateur scene was the NFT. So now what happened is that the winners of NFT 2 were automatically selected to go and compete at the IMMAF World Championship earlier this year. I think it was in February in Belgrade, Serbia. I mean, this was one of the biggest contingents I think Pakistan had ever sent. I know these guys did not have enough experience and exposure as compared to the other athletes that showed up and won medals, but then again, we had some really great fights, we had some really amazing performances. Yet again, Cax Fight Club was the most outstanding one of them all, because last time Ismail the Volcano Khan outperformed everyone, scored a bronze, but this time around it was Ayan who was going at a really good pace, but shit happens. Regardless of the result, regardless of the outcome, the best thing was that we now have a proper hierarchy of how things are going to work from now on. Now we know that whoever competes at NFT and wins the championship has a greater chance, much greater chance of competing at the IMMAF Worlds the next year. This is your chance to pick up, put in all that hard work. This is when you make a name for yourself, and this is when you earn your spot in the Pakistani mixed martial arts IMMAF contingent for the World Championship. I would actually take this moment to send this message across to Babar Raja that you need some people in your team who will make sure that things happen on time. So please make sure that if you tell the fighters that the event starts at 6 p.m., you start at 6 p.m. instead of starting at 10 p.m. and the event going all the way till 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. because that is going to wear your fighters out. That will drop the quality of the fights, and that will be a big downer for your event, because you're already doing an amazing job and you want to make it even better. You want to facilitate the fighters, which will give them the incentive to fight harder, to fight in a much better way, and that will have you have a greater show. So if you guys think there's anything else that needed to be said, I am all ears. Do mention it in the comments. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and keep on commenting whatever events happening in Pakistan or anything that you want me to cover and give my views about. The events that have already happened but you still want me to cover that event, I will definitely consider them. I will make sure I watch the videos and then I give my input on that event, all unfiltered and candid, straight from the heart. No, actually the heart's on this side. So if you have reached this point, it means you either skipped through or you watched the entire episode, and I would want to thank you for watching this episode, for being so amazing, being the awesome people that you are. And with all of that, I am now going to say Kratos out.